Okie dokie. So, again, the ingredients for guisado are beef. I'm not going to use all of this because it's too much, so I'm going to cut it in half. But it's already defrosted. I might use 3 cans of tomato sauce. Again, I don't know. You got to eyeball it depending on how much you make. Then you're going to need some bouillon. You can either have chicken or beef. I like the powdered one better though because it's easier to dissolve. But again, you can use either or. And papas. Right here, this is 4 potatoes peeled and diced. And what you're going to do is you are going to boil these until they're fork tender and be cooking this at the same time. Not together, both in their own separate pans. This is going to go in a pan. This is going to go in a pot of boiling water. And then once they're both done, you will set them aside and get everything else ready. So that's what I'm going to do. I already have some water boiling over here. And I got the pan going for that. And then we're just going to wait for the pan to get started. I'm going to need 2 hands for that. So I'm going to pause the video right here and we will continue once it's in the pan. Okay, so it's in the pan and in the pot. Both cooking again at the same time. Gonna have to drain the fat out of there because then it'll just start to boil and it won't actually like crisp up and get brown. So once you start noticing that no browning is going on, you're gonna want to drain it, put it back in, cook it all the way. And then these again, you want to be fork tender. You don't want it to be like basically like almost mashed potatoes. You want them to be a little bit firm. But again, if you stick a fork in and you pull it out and it doesn't fall off because it's all mushy, that's where you want to be. So we're gonna let these cook and then we will be back. See, this is what I'm talking about. You see all of the fat that's in there. You're gonna want to drain that out and put everything back in so it can get crispy, because if not, it's just gonna sit there and all that fat. And even though fat is good, you can't be having it up in your guisado. Fat has been drained out. Now, I haven't seasoned anything yet because you're going to add bouillon in here. And bouillon by itself is really, really, really salty. So you don't want to add salt to it while it's cooking and then you add bouillon, because you can always add seasoning. You can never take it out. So these still need more time to go. This is almost done. So you want to season once it's all cooked, or when you're putting it all together. Leave seasoning last, okay? Don't be adding stuff and then you add bouillon on top of salt and pepper, because then it might be way too salty. Okay, so our papas are almost done. When I'm going to drain off the water, I'm not going to drain all of it. I'm going to leave a little bit left so we can add to this, because it's up to you if you like your guisado soupy or a little bit thick. So don't get rid of this water. I added 2 of the caldo de res. They were the last 2 that I had to. But I only used 2, crumbled them up, mixed it up. It already has some saltiness to it. But then once you add the water and the cans of tomato, it might get a little diluted. And that's when you can add more salt if you want. But for right now, it's just 2 little bouillon cubes. If I was doing the powdered version, I would probably do 1.5 tablespoons and then taste it to see if I wanted to add 2 tablespoons. Because again, you can never tell with this stuff because it packs a punch and you don't want your stuff to be too salty. So I will be back with putting everything up together, because this is basically all done. All we got to use is our canned tomato. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of these. I'm going to do 2 first, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll decide if I'm going to put in another can. Okay, time to test the potatoes. They've been in here for maybe about 12 minutes now. Let's see, let's poke one. Up, see, little flaky came off of that one. That's what you want, right there. Still stands, but it's not mushy. So we're going to drain it, but remember, not all of it. Leave yourself a little bit of water. There are 2 cans, 2 8-ounce cans, the little baby cans of tomato sauce in here. I like the way that looks. Gonna decide if I'm gonna add my extra water or not in the end. We'll see. Already had a little taste. It's so good. Okay. Added my potatoes. There was literally like about that much water left that I added in here. Did not add another can. So it was just 2 cans. Went ahead and added just 1 teaspoon of salt. Sprinkled it around. Mixed it up. And it's done. So this is guisado a la Lynette. Hope this helps, Kimmy. Love you. Bye.